Let us solve this rational equation. I'm going to solve it by making like denominators. And to do that, it would be best to factor. So I can see what I've got. So let's see, n squared plus 4n. I see a GCF of n, so I'm going to factor that out. Alright, now I have 4 over n plus 4 and 3 over n. Notice how I make all my fractions a little bit long. That's in case I need to add any new factors underneath. Now, this denominator has two factors, n and n plus 4. The next denominator has n plus 4, but it does not have the n. So I'm going to provide the n, which I can do as long as I put it in the numerator and the denominator. Now the third factor has the n, but it does not have the n plus 4. So I'll go ahead and put n plus 4 in the numerator and the denominator. Now my denominators are all the same. Once the denominators are all the same, you can set the numerators equal to each other and ignore the denominators. So imagine canceling out the denominators. Then you would have n plus 6 is equal to 4n plus, and I'll go ahead and do the distributive property here, so that's 3n plus 12. Now I'm combining like terms, so over here I still have my n plus 6, but 4n plus 3n is 7n, and then you've got the plus 12. So I will subtract n from both sides. That'll give me 6 is equal to 6n plus 12. Now subtracting 12 from both sides, that gives me negative 6 is equal to 6n. If I now divide both sides by 6, that's going to give me n is equal to negative 1. Now this is probably the answer. Okay, so the answer is probably D, but let's just be careful that negative 1 is not one of our restricted values. So looking at the denominator, remember those factors that we had? Based on the n factor, I know that n cannot equal 0. Because of the n plus 4 factor, I know that n cannot equal negative 4. These are excluded. But negative 1 is just fine, so the answer is D.